One of the important elements of a brand that sometimes is not given a lot of consideration, a lot of thought, is the brand name. Generally, when people start a business, sometimes the family gets around the table, and the children and friends and business partners, and sometimes we pick names that has a lot of significance, emotional significance, and quite often not so much as technical. And sometimes it has a technical relation to the business being branded. But when it comes time to sit down and begin talking about branding the business, then many times we are confronted with a situation in which we may have to encourage the company to change its name. By that time, you have invested a lot, you have a certain name recognition, but when it comes time to define the brand and begin to define the strategy for a more forceful penetration of your market segment, then we realize that it's like we have to reset the clock. So today I want to mention something briefly about the name of your brand. The name is very important. You want to choose a name that not only resonates with your audience, your target audience, and your customers. It's easy to spell, it's easy to remember, it's catchy, it's beautiful, it's nice. But the name needs also to be able to connect emotionally. The name needs to resonate with your target audience. But the name needs also to communicate your values, your culture, your vision, your purpose, the brand purpose, and stuff like that. And one other thing that I would like to stress is your domain name is now part of the brand package. Choosing the right domain name, especially the .com version of your domain name. So you need to check the brand name that you're choosing and make sure that the .com version of the domain name is available for you to register, and then go ahead and register that immediately. I have included a link in the description section of this video where you can go on our website and check, search and check the availability of the domain name, and you can register it. We provide domain registration services as well. Even if you're not starting the business today, even if you're already using another domain, go ahead and get that name out of the market so no one else will get hold of it. Okay, so we have hundreds of additional industry-specific, business-specific domain extensions, such as marketing, digital, shoes, clothing, education, and so forth and so on. But you want to make sure that you get the .com. It's the oldest, the most prestigious. It's the standard sort of domain extension for commercial entities. The .org for non-profit organizations. Go ahead and register that. Register multiple years if necessary. A domain costs from about $10 a year, so it's not a big deal. And so make sure that as we move, for those of you that are watching and you are just starting your business, think hard about the business name that you're choosing, and go and search the domain and make sure that you find the domain .com. Plus, what I also advise people is, if, for instance, your domain is Muumba Web, then Muumba.web.com, then Muumba.web.digital, Muumba.web.marketing, Muumba.web.biz, all those other extensions, remove them out of the market. Because when you begin to face stiff competition on the market, other companies may out of competition, go ahead and register that domain with a different extension. Now that dilutes your name, because they can begin to publish stuff with that domain, and now it confuses your internet users, and they can divert traffic to them that was meant for you. So I have gone away and taken away that net, that com, that co, that business, that biz, that tech, that technology, that marketing, and I hold this portfolio of domain names so that nobody else can take hold of them. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you about your branding strategy, taking up these names, and make sure that the name is not being used by somebody else, so that you don't face lawsuits for infringement of patent and stuff like that. And go ahead and check with the government and make sure that the name is available. And if it is available, immediately go ahead and file for that business name. Incorporate it with your state and file to hold that name, so nobody else nationally, and if necessary internationally, will ever use it. Okay, good. Again, remember, in the description section of this video, I have a link for domain name search and registration, and register this domain name and keep it in your brand portfolio. Okay, let's go.